Hey guys, making you an improv video. Life is about consistency. Be authentically you and don't overuse the word and think it's just like an Instagram or some kind of fancy way of saying things. Really use the word like you mean it. The word authenticity has to do with being real, not fake. This is authenticity. The way I look is not perfect. See that? Showing goofy things like this is authentic. This is an example. If you want to share the real raw stuff in your life, share it. Some of us don't have that much time to make things perfect. I'll share something that helped me a lot. My mother, she would always put blush on me and our lipstick when I was a kid. And it really helped a lot because I do look pretty dang pale without makeup. So if you feel like you're having a rough day and you really don't want to share because you don't think your Instagram or YouTube perfect or Facebook Live or any kind of live perfect, just remember that you being real is perfect enough. All right, friends, this is my improv video for you. This is Proverbs 28, verse 6. Better a poor man whose walk is blameless than a rich man whose ways are perverse. So let's say that you don't have that much money and you are poor. But better a poor man, man or woman, human, whose walk is blameless, right? So let's say that you have nothing to blame. You're actually a really good person. You do things very good, but you don't really have that much money. It's better to have that kind of person in anyone's life than someone who's rich and whose ways are very perverse. Very interestingly, this chapter 28 has to do with money. It has to do with how do you treat people when you have money? And are you completely greedy out of your mind that you don't care if somebody decides they're going to end up being poor because you're promising them to make lots of money, and then these poor people don't even have money, but they're believing in you, and then you secretly don't really know the answer to help them make money, but you're telling them that they will make money if they follow you. This goes back to people leading people in the wrong direction. He who leads the upright along an evil path will fall into his own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. So this is verse 10. All right, a rich man, verse 11, a rich man may be wise in his own eyes, but a poor man who has discernment sees through him. All right, so a lot of people have discernment. They have like a sense of knowing that somebody is doing them wrong. So you can't really make someone a fool forever. People will find out if you are crooked. Also, let's say somebody's just getting away with murder, getting away with like just a bad thing they're doing, okay? Let's say it has to do with money. Somebody's literally drawing people in. Oh yeah, I'll do this for you. It's gonna cost you this and this and that. And there's no actual truth in what they're saying. Verse 18. He whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but he whose ways are perverse will suddenly fall. So people think they're not gonna get caught for doing something wrong. Eventually they will. Just remember that. Verse 22, a stingy man is eager to get rich and is unaware that poverty awaits him. So there we go again. A lot of these people these days are
online sector businesses, and they're saying that they have the keys for you to make money if you follow them. Be very careful who you follow. People say,
a lot of wise people say that if you do things slowly and carefully, it's a lot better than fast and quick.
Sometimes people will promise you something so fast and it doesn't happen fast, and then people get desperate. That's how people end up in gambling situations. They lose all their money. They're just on this fast track to like make money, but they're really into a fast track of just getting into debt.
Or even being found out if they're doing something wrong. All right, so let's say it's a company saying, hey, I'll show you how to make lots of money, and then suddenly a bunch of people get gypped and they get treated disrespectfully or fraudulently. These people are eventually going to report this company, and this company is going down.
Verse 20 of Proverbs 28, a faithful man will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished.
Be very careful how you live your life. Sometimes if you're going through a time where you feel like you need some wisdom and some direction just to kind of clear your mind, your soul, your walk in life, I suggest reading the Proverbs in the Holy Bible. There's different versions. My version that I read is New International Version. Other people that are more like into the modern ways of life nowadays, read the Message Bible, but I find it to be too wordy, and I like it to be kind of to the point but clear, so that's why I read the New International Version. Take good care of yourself today and do your best to just be yourself in this life, and try not to truly look at the outside world and say, oh, how are they succeeding?
Do I have to look just like them? Do I have to approach life just like them? Do I have to have a perfect background just like them? Like I'm talking background, like behind you on a picture or video. Do I have to wear the perfect makeup? Do I have to have perfect contour? Do I have to have perfect hair, the perfect clothes? Does it have to be like updated and fancy and expensive?
No, don't put yourself into debt because you're so eager to get rich, because you're not going to get rich by getting into debt. You're going to get rich by being wise. You're going to get rich by being faithful. And wisdom has to do with knowing how to deal with money as well. If you know you don't have the money, stop purchasing stuff. If you know that money's coming in because you're going to get a big chunk of change soon and you want to go use some credit cards, then go spend some stuff on some credit cards. But then pay off those credit cards as soon as you get that chunk of change. Pay more than what you owe every month. Pay a big chunk, work extra jobs, and then maybe pay off some things. And use the money wisely for your life. Stop overly doing things, following patterns of so-called rich people. All right, because sometimes maybe they're not rich and they're just faking it.